Hey there, freaks and geeks. Welcome to a long overdue episode of Geek Out for a Minute. I'm here with Boone, and I'm your host, Rocky Reeves. Been a long time. We are coming at you from Sin City, Las Vegas, Nevada, here in the Blue Mule Saloon. Been a long time. So hey guys, let's just get down to it. Cue that intro. All right there, guys. Welcome back again. Good to be back. It's been such a long time, and maybe, we should just kind of like take a minute as to why that happened. Okay, so some of you guys may know already, I'm in the National Guard, and I actually got set up to do the fires for Sabrones in California. So I got activated for that. I was gone for a bit, so I really couldn't do any videos. Yeah, and so now I'm jonesing to do this back again, back to where it came from.
And it's good to have you back.
Thanks, man, thanks. So let's get started right down with the topics and get down to it and get you guys some long overdue comic book info and movie info. So let's start off with the first order of business, and that is Batman's new tactical armored suit.
Oh man.
What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I gotta say, it's looking sick as shit. I appreciate the fucking direction they're taking with this. They always have to have a fine line between representing comics and trying to make this look realistic and making it look good on camera. And that tactical armor is definitely meeting the best of both worlds at that point.
I completely agree with you, because one of the things that I like about Batman is that he's always evolving,
Yeah.
He's evolving with the times, and I think that when you look at his normal suit, I'm pretty sure that was probably, it was probably like the bulletproof vest that only stops like a 5 mil, but it's not going to stop like, a 7.62, like an AK round.
Well, at this point,
Let's assume that it does.
Let's assume, because even in Batman v Superman, we see when Batman's saving Martha Kent, the gang member fucking puts 4 or 5 bullets into his cowl at point blank range, and
But that could be like Kevlar helmet.
I'm sure it is.
Whereas if you have like a vest on, it's made of completely different material.
Yeah.
Because like we have that in our armor, where you have that material, but then you have plates in there to take that AK round.
Yeah.
And so that's one of the things. So it's funny. We just had somebody scream in the background. I wonder if you guys heard that. So that's pretty funny. But what I like about this is that obviously in Batman v Superman, he upgraded with all the metal plates, the robotic suit.
Yeah.
And I think that, one thing that he realized is like, you know what? I need the mobility. And if you see, it's plate separated, which I think it's awesome, because he's going to want that mobility to be able to move. And,
exactly. He's going to be fighting Parademons and Darkseid's Legion in this one. He's going to need the protection and the strength that his armor gave him while he's fighting Superman. But he also has to realize at that point his greatest weapon is his fighting ability, and it being locked down in armor is going to hamper that.
You hit that nail on the head, because that's his greatest strength, is his capabilities as a fighter, So yeah, that's absolutely. So I am really stoked that they're going to step it up with the armor. I'm glad that they're going to show like an evolution, like how he's always trying to think steps ahead of the game. So I'm really stoked about that. So let's move on to the next subject. And I'm going to see my notes here, because I don't want to butcher this guy's name. Some of you guys may know him, especially you ladies, from Magic Mike. But Deathstroke is going to be the main character, one of the main characters for what I believe is going to be the standalone. I really don't think he's going to be in Justice League. Maybe towards the end, kind of like showing like, he's waiting for him or something, But for the standalone movie, he's going to be one of the villains, and who's going to be played by Joe Maganiello, and
Or as you ladies know him, Big Dick Richie.
holy shit.
Hey, Magic Mike was my shit. This
Dude,
guy.
hey man, hey, you know what? Okay, I got this funny story that I heard through tweets and stuff, right? And some of you may know who are like big fans of the DC universe, is that Manu Bennett, who was in Spartacus, played Deathstroke in Arrow.
Yeah, honestly, I love his character in Arrow.
And he did such a great job at it. It was a different type of Deathstroke, but I think he did a phenomenal job doing with the parts that he was given. Not that it was bad or anything. It was amazing, but they gave it a completely different story arc than what Deathstroke is.
Oh yeah.
But one of the funny things that he said is that everybody was commenting about, oh, Joe's gonna play fucking, Deathstroke. Everyone said something except for Manu, right?
Yeah.
So they asked him, like, hey man, what's up with that, like, Joe Maganiello, like, playing Deathstroke? What do you think about that? And he's like, well, if he's gonna come into the DCEU, if he's gonna come to the DCEU and he's gonna play Deathstroke, he's like, well, I want to be in Magic Mike. And I thought that was hilarious.
Oh, dude, I love Manu actually. Yeah. In Spartacus and in Arrow, that guy actually, you can see.
Yeah, he's so good, and like
respects his roles, and he has like this.
And just to have that charisma to like be able to play around, like, a lot of people kind of get like butthurt, like, oh, they're playing my character, and and he's not like that. He's like, hey man, I want a piece of magic, and the dude's cut.
No,
like it's not like he's not a bad looking dude. He's a good looking dude, and he's cut like hell. So I don't see why he couldn't do Magic Mike. So get that going for him.
No, so I mean that accent, the ladies are gonna love that.
Yeah.
So.
but going back to Joe of Maganiello, if you guys don't know who this guy is, again, he was a Magic Mike. He was also in True Blood. He played the wolf guy and shit, And he was also in what my favorite scenes was when he was in How I Met Your Mother, and he played that goofy lawyer guy. Dude, that guy just cracked me up. And he also played Flash Thompson in
Spider-Man 1,
the first one,
3.
And 3.
Yep.
And dude, man, I like his range, and I think that if he plays, which I'm pretty sure he can, yeah, I mean, if he plays Deathstroke properly, I mean, just even like closely to like what the animated version does, like the way he carries himself.
Yeah.
I think he's gonna be spot on, and this might be the one role that kind of like blows him up.
I remember saying something similar to that earlier today. Yeah, this could definitely be his breakout role. I think that the Batman solo movie might be DC's turnaround for their cinematic universe, because they've had mixed reviews with everything up till now.
Right.
But Ben Affleck was easily the best part of Batman v Superman. I don't think there's anybody that would disagree with me.
But I agree with you. But also, let's not forget that Ben Affleck is also one of the top directors around right now too.
Yes. Being
such a young director too. I mean, he's got like a few under his belt, but like none of them have been shitty movies.
No, they have not. Fucking Argo is a great movie.
The Town
is my favorite gangster flick of the last 10 years.
Dude, so I can't wait to see his movie coming out, Live by Night. Yeah, and The Accountant. Well, I mean, I don't think he directed that, but he's in it.
Yeah.
And also, have you seen Gone Girl, which is directed by David Fincher, with him in it? And
dude, Gone Girl, not Gone Baby Gone.
No, Ben Affleck directed Gone Baby Gone.
That's right.
But and he had his brother Casey in there, which he's a good actor too. But having him in there, and I think that he's got a good range. He's got a range for comedy and everything. But this is going to be a different role, and we had this conversation earlier, and you're right. This would be the one that to break him out of that role, and at the same token, it could give him a range that I don't think we've seen him in either. So I think he's a good choice for it. And did you see the images for the
his Deathstroke
the little
suit?
test footage that they used for
Definitely.
Deathstroke? And it looks amazing.
It
man.
does. Because actually, I think that's one of the problems I had with Arrow's version of Deathstroke is they kept it pretty close to the comic books, but it didn't translate on the screen all that well.
Well, I think his suit did.
The
But the helmet,
mask, yeah.
it was too rounded and it didn't make sense. Like it would just like if you actually see the format of it, it would kind of like screw his peripheral vision. I mean, because he's already.
You gotta remember he did have the lost eye.
Okay, yeah, but that would just if you have the mask that he has in the test footage.
Yeah.
It's more formed to his face, so he could probably see better at a peripheral. Where, as opposed to the other one, it was so rounded that his peripheral's just messed up here anyway. You're blocking out. That's where I didn't agree with that. But the suit itself, I mean, he looked badass.
Yeah, it's true. He did.
But yeah, I mean, I can't wait to see this. I was really hoping that they would announce that they were gonna like do like Under the Red Hood story. Because I think that's the type of story like that's in depth and can pull on the heartstrings a little, and that would actually show Batman with vulnerability to like make a good movie. But I mean I gotta trust them what they're gonna do, even though some of their stuff has been really missing with the mark.
Yeah, it has. Suicide Squad was a good turnaround for DC.
I did like it.
It was a better movie than they put out in the last couple of years. I do like also the idea, or the rumor mill that's going around, where this is like a breakout from Arkham. Deathstroke is definitely not going to be the only villain in this movie. It's looking like he's going to be dealing with a couple of people from his rogue gallery. And I kind of like if Deathstroke is the main villain in this, organizing like a breakout from Arkham where he's trying to tire Batman out before he has to face Batman himself. Kind of going with a Bane and Nightfall kind of arc. Just, it would fit with Deathstroke's character as a master tactician, and it would let us get to see the villains that Batman's had to deal with the last 20 years. We know this has been an active Batman we know he's put Killer Croc away, we know he's put Harley Quinn away, we know he put Deadshot away, so he's definitely dealt with people, and now that we might get to see this in a more in-depth version,
But you know what's one thing that we haven't seen though? I mean, even though we kind of saw with Bane, but like, I think that because they didn't show what Bane can actually do in the comics, like it was a misfire. But Deathstroke is somebody who can actually go toe to toe with Batman, and like, it's not like he hasn't beat him before, he has. So I think that's a good choice. It's a good choice to have somebody who is, like you said, a master tactician, and he's like, like very good with all kinds of weapons.
Yeah.
So I can see like Batman trying to use something and him flipping it on him. Like that's how good he is. I think that would be a really good thing.
Great villain.
All right. So let's move along to the next thing here, and that is, dude, we got a Doctor Strange coming November 4th.
Oh man, yeah.
Guys, man, you guys haven't seen the trailers, man. Check it out. And they have a really cool sneak peek. I mean, you can check it out on YouTube. They have it there for free. But if you buy the Captain America Civil War, they have a really cool like sneak peek preview of it. And it shows you like some behind the scenes, and they're all talking about it. The characters from Baron Mordor to the Ancient One, and Benedict Cumberbatch talking about his character and everything that's going on.
Because Baron, as far as I know, Baron Mordo there's not an actor that's been slated to play him yet.
No, it's Chiwetel Ejiofor.
Oh, he is in this movie. Okay. Well, then, at this point, do you think he's going to be a main villain, or do you think he's going to be a sneak peek towards the end? Because Mads Mikkelsen is playing, if I know how to pronounce his name, Toulouse.
Yeah, I saw the name under that interview, and I have no idea who that is. Do you know who that is?
The character himself, or
Right,
Mads
yeah,
Mikkelsen?
the character.
The character is he's not that big in Marvel. He was from earlier runs in the 60s and 70s. He's basically he's a mouthpiece for Baron Morton. He's like he's a lackey for Baron Morton, basically.
Okay.
Announces him. So at that point, but it looks like he's going to be the main villain for most of this movie.
Well, because in the previews, it makes it seem like Baron Mordo and Doctor Strange are kind of friends, and he's kind of like introducing them into that world.
Well, that's how. Yeah, that's in Doctor Strange. That's normally how it goes. Is Baron Mordo was the apprentice to the Ancient One before Doctor Strange came along, and after Doctor Strange came along and got all the attention from the Ancient One and whatnot, Baron Mordo got jealous and
So do you think
out.
they're gonna show a jealousy, or because they're gonna show him as that other guy as his lackey, like he's been pulling some strings behind the lines that you don't even know?
I would think that's where they're going with that too. Like once he sees that the Ancient One doesn't care about him, oh, it's time to fucking
Because there were some
behind your fucking
suspicions.
back.
There was some suspicion that Matt Mickelson might be either Nightmare or Dormammu before he gets his flaming head, which would have been cool. But maybe they want to show some Dormammu, like save him for later. You know?
I think they're going to save Dormammu for later. I think they might even go with Dormammu for the main villain of the next phase of Marvel after they deal with Thanos, because Dormammu is one of the heavy hitters of the Marvel villains. So it was.
That's interesting. I never even thought of that because I know that he was like wow, what a character to bring into Doctor Strange, but I never thought to make him like one of the main dudes that like everybody's gonna have to like be affected by it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because I mean, even the lower level characters, Daredevil's had a face Dormammu before. Spider-Man has. They've had other characters have to. He makes his appearance in other Marvel comic books all the time. He's not just a Doctor Strange villain. So I think it might make sense for them after Thanos to go with something a little bit more mystical. They'll deal with space in this round, and now they're going towards the other dimensions.
That would be pretty cool.
Round. I kind of actually would like to see that.
That would be pretty cool. Let's move on to the next topic here. This was actually one that I kind of like wanted to talk about because a lot of people don't know, especially like they don't know how like we know certain actors and everything that are going on into the Marvel universe. So basically, we're reaching phase 4, right? So we have, they consider phase 1 all the way up to Avengers 1. Yet phase 2, Avengers 2. Phase 3, which will be until the next Avengers, and then of course you got phase 4. Okay, so one of the things that everyone's talking about right now is what's going to happen because people's contracts are coming up. So basically, if for you guys that don't know, when Marvel or DC or a big company thinks that their property is going to become a big franchise, and a franchise meaning that it's going to be multiple movies, and in the Marvel universe, and it's even going to happen with the DC universe, is that you're going to have to intermix with other movies as well. So say I'm going to contract you as an actor to be X character, you know, I'm going to contract you for multiple movies.
Yeah. Okay,
not just one.
you're in 7 movies, but that's not 7 solo projects. Robert Downey Jr. showing up in Captain America counts as one of his movies.
Avengers and so forth.
Or even let's go with a minor character, Hawkeye, Jeremy Irons showing up. Jeremy Irons, Jeremy Renner,
Jeremy Renner.
just showing up in even for a couple of scenes in a movie counts towards one of his
Well, I don't know if that
movie
does.
contracts.
I think Jeremy Renner might have a different type of
I
contract.
think Jeremy Renner is actually been bought by Marvel. I think he is a Marvel slave. They're going to, until Hawkeye isn't cool anymore, they'll have him.
All right, so being that all these guys are about to run out of contracts, you know, Chris Hemsworth, Chris Evans, who knows how many more Jeremy Renner has, or how many more Black Widow has, Scarlett Johansson.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure that's why they didn't bring Nick Fury, you know, which is a Samuel Jackson, into Civil War. They probably like, hey, we want to use you for other stuff.
Yeah,
you know?
we need to save you for Infinity War.
And then you know what? And that's probably why they didn't use. And you brought this up earlier.
Chris Hemsworth wasn't in Civil War because they need to save him for Ragnarok and for Infinity War Part 1 and Part 2.
And they probably did the same thing with Mark Ruffalo.
For Hulk, yeah, I'm pretty sure, it was the same.
But like, you know, now we're getting a new slate. Now, even though I know that some of you comic book readers are going to be like, those guys are not new. No, they're not new. They're just new to everyone else. So, you know, guys like Ant-Man, who just started their contracts. Black Panther, who just started their contracts. And now you're going to have Brie Larson, who's going to play, you know, Captain Marvel, who's just barely going to start her contract. Then, of course, you have the Wasp, who's going to come in, which you have...
I mean, she's already been in one
Lilly,
movie, but still, she's starting her contract with
as
Paul
a
Rudd,
superhero,
too.
right.
Yeah, she's...
And then, of course, who knows what other characters that they're going to introduce in Guardians of Galaxy.
Yeah,
right?
And we got Benedict Cumberbatch as Doctor Strange.
Exactly.
And these are heavy hitters in the Marvel Universe,
absolutely.
too. These are characters that you can hand over the Avengers to, and it would make sense for comic book fans as well as the movie-going audience. They're heavy powers, interesting characters. So, I mean, yeah, these are people that can definitely take over the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Right. So, but now, is that the answer? Is the answer going to be like, hey, it's a new slate of actors that are going to take over, or are we going to take these beloved characters and renew their contracts, or are we going to take these characters and hand the torch off to new Iron Man and new Captain America, like maybe Sebastian Stan or maybe Falcon, like in the comics, who have taken over the mantle of Captain America, you know, or, you know, maybe you can, and that's another point too, is that there's another two guys that kind of already started, like they have a few movies in already, but they're probably midway into their contracts as well. You know, being Falcon and Winter Soldier. So, you know, what is the next set of plans now?
I mean, because they can go a few different ways with this too. The last Avengers movie is going to deal with the Infinity Gauntlet. Part of the powers of the Infinity Gauntlet is to rewrite the entire nature of the universe. So they might try to say when they defeat them, oh, here's a new Iron Man because it changed reality. So this kid became Iron Man instead of Robert Downey Jr. This guy became, if they want to go that route and start rewriting it like in comic book fashion, where they restart the story for the character when it gets too convoluted and whatnot. So they might go that route. It's possible.
But like also too, I mean, it's like, okay, so what if they decide, I mean, because you gotta understand, is that fanboys love their shit. And let's face it, right now, Marvel and DC are all listening to their fans. You know, and you know, especially Marvel, they listen to the fans. They know what they want, and they know what they can do to appease them and still appease the average crowd, right? Yeah. So, who's gonna say that, like, you know, hey, we're gonna get a new Iron Man and people reject that Iron Man?
Because there really haven't been too many different Iron Men in the comic books. I mean, Roddy Rhodes took over for a while, but it's always been Tony Stark for the most part. It's not like he's been taking over that role.
Hey man, you know, we have talked for a long time. This is going to be one of the longest episodes. I might have to cut it into 2 parts, but hey guys, this is what we have right now. Tell us what you think. We talked about a lot of stuff. We covered a lot of ground. So if you guys have anything, comment down below and let us know. Send us an email, send us a tweet, subscribe. We also have a few contests coming up, and we kind of had to put it off back then, but we got to reinstate it now. We're going to do some contests so that you guys can win some cool stuff. Trust me, we got a lot of cool comics. You see them.
Oh man, no, those comics. I actually want to call the contest off and just add those to my collection, but
yeah, I thought about that too. I thought I was saying, oh, what contest, you know? But no, we want to give these stuff to you guys. In the meantime, Boone, we got shots.
oh, we do.
Well, you guys, that does it for us. Again, we're looking to do this more often. So, look, share, subscribe, discuss, and don't forget to... You lost a line. Anyways, spread the word. We'll see you guys next time. Thank you guys for joining us. Thank you guys for subscribing, and see you on the flip side.